Hey everybody, Looks into Swirl here. New day, new tumbler project. This is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing an alcohol ink swirl on 3 different tumblers, testing out 3 different fast set epoxy resins. So the cups are 20-ounce skinny straights. The 3 different fast set epoxy resins are this set from Artistry Epoxy, and this set, the Speed Dry from Mr. Nola's Glitter, and this set, the Liquidy Split from KS Resin. So I'm going to mix up the same amount of each of these 3 resins. I'm going to put them on these 3 cups, and I'm going to apply alcohol inks. And to keep this as even as possible while still getting 3 different looking cups, I'm going to use different colors, but all from Woody's Goodies. Let's just pick some stuff. So we have Flip Flop, Grapesicle, and Yapple Dapple. This will be 1 cup, and then for the next cup, we'll do Breaking Bad, Happy Colada, and Bombay. That'll be this cup. And then over here, we'll do Pickleback, Kryptonite, and Last Word. So those will be our 3 palettes. We have some greens, some blues, and some red purples-ish things. And for all 3 of these, I'm going to use Marabu's Deep White. That's their sinker white to make the swirls. I'm going to do 1 cup at a time because I'm going to mix up 1 fast set epoxy at a time. I'm not going to mix all 3 up and then try and kill myself getting all 3 on the cup before they start to set up. So 1 cup at a time, mix the resin, put it on, add the alcohol inks and the sinker white, and then we'll go on and do that with the 2nd cup, and we'll go on and do that with the 3rd cup, and I'll make sure you know which resin I'm using. You can take a screenshot of this if you want. If you see the pinky purples, that's going to be Artistry Epoxy. The blues will be Mr. Nola's Glitter's Speed Dry, and the greens will be KS Resin's Liquidy Split. And we'll come back in 2 to 3 hours after I do them all, and we will see what we have and how it feels and how it looks and the whole bit. Okay, first up, I'm going to do the KS Resin Liquidy Split. I'm going to do it on this turner. This is with the greens and the Marabu white. I'm going to mix up 20 milliliters, and that's going to happen for each of the 3 cups. 20 milliliters, so 10 milliliters of part A, 10 milliliters of part B. Mix them for a minimum of 3 minutes, apply them, put the alcohol inks on and the sinker white, hit it with some heat, do some tilting, reverse direction, and they'll go on to the next cup. And the other 2 cups will be on a different looking turner, so you understand what's happening. And again, I'll put text on the screen to try and keep this as obvious and as clear as possible. So I'm going to get suited up and all that. Just sit back and enjoy the show. And we're back. Okay, it's been about 3 hours. Now this one I did first. The whole thing took me about half an hour to mix and drop the inks and do the swirling, and then mix and inks and swirl and mix, blah, blah, blah. So this one is a half hour older than this one. So 3.5 hours old, 3 hours old. But anyway, they are all dry to the touch. So to answer the main question of this comparison, all three of these resins, even with alcohol inks dropped onto them, which traditionally makes resin a little runnier and a little less quick to cure, these still fast set. They're still fast set resins. They look beautiful. They aren't exactly identical. I have a feeling that people are going to go down to the comments section and say, but you didn't do this exactly the same and you didn't do that exactly the same. You're right. This wasn't a scientific controlled environment, experiment. I didn't measure every single drop of liquid I used and all of that. I did my best. It's a comparison here in my craft room. Your mileage may vary if you try something similar to this. I will say, however, that because the Mr. Nola's Glitters Fast Set is so thick, I think the swirls turn out looking a little different on this one. That's all I'm trying to say. I like the swirling on this one a little better. This one I obviously used more white than on these two, and this looks beautiful. I love the lacing. I think that is gorgeous. There's a little bit here, and I didn't get any lacing on this one. This is the liquidy split. I love them all. I haven't gotten as far as figuring out what decals I'm going to put on them or anything like that. I just wanted to bring you back and show you dry to the touch. Happy I did this. 3 hours, all three resins. So yay. So stay tuned for the next part where I actually figure out how we're going to finish these cups off.